I wonder about you. Who are you? Dear Miss Lightstone, I am Gina Philomena, age 11. Sometimes teachers think I am not paying attention, but what they mean is that I am not paying attention to them. I pay attention to lots of other things, like what is happening outside the windows, and the noises in the room, like the humming and the tapping and the snapping and the sniffling and all the smells. Some good, some bad. But I will try to pay attention to you. I will try. Your student, Gina F. When the new teacher asked us to write something about ourselves, that's what I wrote. I did not write about the angels or the boy with the visions. No need to scare her. A month before school began, new neighbors and their cat moved into the house next door. When I spotted the cat sitting forlornly on Dad's parsley plants, I tried to pet it, but the fur on its back shot straight up. A tall boy appeared from behind the moving truck and snatched the cat. "That's Mr. Blue. You don't want to touch him," he said. "Cat is mean as spit." The boy seemed about my age. Hard to tell. He was tall and lean, but not skinny, and he moved as if his bones and joints were loosely connected. His hair was black and curly, shorter on the sides and longer on top so that it flopped over his forehead on one side. His eyes were black and shiny, his skin so smooth. In one hand he held a jackknife, and in the other a small piece of wood. I liked that boy from the minute I saw him. There was something calm and relaxed about him, something kind, but most appealing was his smile, a wide, gleaming, welcoming smile. Later, when I thought about that smile and its effect on me, I realized that people didn't often smile in that open, inviting way. When I met Antonio with that generous smile, I was caught off guard, stunned. Maybe you would have been too. "You going to live there?" I asked. "Guess so." He nodded at my house. "You going to live over there?" "I already do. I'm Gina." He tapped his chest. "Antonio." An older girl came out onto the porch, scowling. "Nuthead, we need some help here." Later I learned she was Carlotta, his cousin, and that his grandmother was also moving in. I didn't see much of the new neighbors for the first week they were there. Occasionally I heard someone calling for Mr. Blue, but by the time I made it to the window, the cat was already dashed into their open door. I asked my dad what he thought about the new neighbors. He rubbed his hands together and leaned toward me. "Ah, spies, you think?" My father liked to speculate. One time at the grocery, when a clerk took a long time ringing up our order, Dad wondered if she was tapping in an extra code. He examined the receipt closely as we left the store. "Maybe there's a coded message here, like 'Help me, I've been kidnapped.'" Oddly, that's kind of how I felt when I saw the Antonio boy, that maybe he was sending out coded messages into the air through that smile. I felt a strong pull to help that boy, whether he actually needed my help or not. My grandmother, Nonna Philomena, liked to tell stories about that feisty and moody Angel Lucia who lived up high in the mountains of Italy, where the earth is the color of chocolate and the sky the purest blue. One time, when the townspeople in the village below were bickering over a piece of land, Angel Lucia threw down buckets of hail right in the middle of summer. Another time, Angel Lucia pecked holes in all the pie sitting on windowsills to cool because one cook had denied a beggar a fresh piece of pie. One time, Angel Lucia swept through the town, snipping flowers from yards and gathering them into a bouquet for a poor girl who was getting married but had no money for a bouquet. I never doubted the angel, no matter how outrageous the tales about her were. I welcomed her, adored her, depended on her. Not everyone appreciated Angel Lucia. My mother, for instance, might say, "Really? Really? Maybe Angel Lucia was hungry for pie." Or, "Really? I'd like Angel Lucia to throw down some hail on the Groobs." The Groobs were the family who used to live next door before the new neighbors moved in. They had 3 angry, nasty boys who swore and threw eggs on houses and whacked people with sticks and left stinky garbage rotting in their driveway. Dad told me to ignore them and said that if Angel Lucia could hear them, she would coat their tongues with molasses so they would stick to the roofs of their mouths. I was relieved when the Groobs moved out and the new neighbors with that tall Antonio boy moved in. They made no noise whatsoever. This did not mean the whole neighborhood was now quiet, because at the other end of Hatch Street lived the Clafferty family with 7 or 8 children, hard to count, and a little yappy dog. Dad called them the Clackertys. The kids ran around shouting and fighting, and the parents yelled at them to be quiet or get inside or go outside or quit hitting, punching, spitting, throwing, and the little dog yipped and yapped and yipped and yapped. I walked, or ran, the long way around the block rather than past their house.